The Omaha Children's Museum set an attendance record in 2014, and things are really off to a good start this year as well.
Yeah, that's what we hear. And one reason why the incredibly popular Once Upon a Farm exhibit.
And Kayla Thomas is live to give us a tour. Good morning, Kayla. What have you found now?
Oh, you know, this place is amazing. And one of the cool things about this exhibit is it brings the farm to the city. It really brings the farm to the city. Check out the giant combine that they have inside here. This is one of the big showpieces. There's stairs so the kids can climb inside. They can turn the steering wheel. And that's not all it does. It's not just a prop. This is educational. Callie Larson with the Children's Museum is with me. She's going to demonstrate how this can teach kids a lesson about how farming actually happens. So what do you got in the bucket?
I have some balls in here that kind of represent the grain that the combine head gets in the field. So kids are able to collect all these balls and then open up the combine and then put them in there. And then they go all the way up through the combine and out, demonstrating where it would go in the grain cart if you were actually farming in a field.
So we know for the Children's Museum that it's really fun to make the different balls go in the big science room downstairs. Here they're also taking that and translating it into a real lesson. And then the combine, the front of it, actually spins too, which is something else. What do kids like best about the big combine?
Well, it's huge. It's the biggest piece in our exhibit, so kids love to just climb up into the cab of the combine and just pretend they're out in the field farming. There's a lot of dials and mechanical things up there that they can play with.
Yeah, this is even nicer than Mommy and Daddy's car, guys. All right, we're going to take our next step over to where the pedal tractors are, and there's a couple kids over here that are taking advantage back through the barn archway. What are they learning here?
This is kind of an area for the kids to burn off that energy. They can get on the pedal trikes and pedal around the farm. It also demonstrates how ethanol can be used to fuel your vehicles and fuel the tractors and things on the farm. So it kind of shows how corn is supplemental for that, and kids can do some gross motor skills here too.
So always a good opportunity to wear the kids out as a parent. I totally appreciate this area. Another one of the huge highlights here is this giant center pivot, and we're going to walk underneath to kind of the area where the kids can do the water play, and we'll talk a little bit more about what's going on here. First of all, how did you guys get the combine and this huge center pivot inside the museum?
Well, luckily we have a big ramp off the street that is easy to get all these different vehicles up in here, so it's a great space to have all these different components in our exhibit. So Valley actually sized down one of their actual center pivots for irrigating in an actual field, and they made it kid size for us for this exhibit so kids could really see, you know, when they're passing by a field and they see the water being irrigated the field, they can see what's going on.
Weather key, like we talked about before, and the water too. Water play, always fun for kids, and you can stretch the little center pivot around. Why do kids like this area here?
Water play is always a big feature in our exhibits. It's really hands-on for the kids, so it's great that they have their own little center pivots to irrigate their own fields, and they can play with the farm toys and the animals.
Do you hear about parents bringing their kids here and their kids coming away with some valuable lessons or some I didn't know that?
Right, absolutely. I mean, kids, for example, the center pivot, they see it out in a field, but we live in Omaha. You're not around farm life all the time, so they get to see the different animals, how to milk a dairy cow, the pigs. We have the combine and different machinery, so it's all different types of agriculture here.
Awesome, and we're going to move next over, and we've got some kiddos here now too. We were planning on doing some demonstration here, but we might let them do that for us. The grain bins are super fun. We know kids love these science and these lessons here. So what's going on here with the grain bins? How do they work, and what are the kids learning?
Yeah, this kind of shows how the grain is transferred into a grain bin. Once it goes from the field to the grain cart, now it is transferred over here, and they use conveyor belts to bring it up through the grain bin, and that's where it's stored for them. But the balls actually pop out, and they can start the process all over again if they want. There it goes.
And he did a really good job of that because I was trying to turn that crank before and I had some not as good of luck.
2 in a row.
What's your favorite part of the exhibit?
Well, we're going to get to the chicks. That's a new addition that we have in the exhibit, and it's just been really popular. They've been great.
While we walk over to see where those brand new chicks are, we want to give some information on summer camps. Now's a good time to think about that as well. So let's walk and talk. Tell me what camps you have and when people need to get signed up.
We have an early bird discount from now until April 1st. If they want to sign up now, they get $10 off per camp. But we also have a new lineup. We have some new stuff, and we have the old favorites like the Mini Jedi Camp and Lego Mania and Splat Art Camp.
All right, we are to the area now where we need the baby chicks. And look, Joe has magically shown up. Who do you have with you?
Well, this one is Alvin.
And why is this one Alvin? And does he maybe have some brothers?
He does. We have three little chicks that look like chipmunks, and so we have Alvin, Simon, and Theodore, and they're very sweet. They're 1 week old.
How long have you guys had the chicks, and what has the reaction been to them?
We've had the chicks for the past, 1 month. They took 21 days for their incubation, and then they hatched here last Wednesday, and the kids and adults love them. We love them. They're so sweet.
I also saw some quail eggs that might hatch. What's the experience like for kids to get to see the babies and to learn about the incubation and hatching?
It's been really fun because they're very interested. Most kids don't get a chance to see from the egg and then seeing them start to crack out of their shells and then the little chicks starting to come out. And it's been fun. And they get to pet them sometimes. It's been really sweet and really fun and educational. Yay!
So for the parents who are wondering and the kids who are wondering, if some members of the staff are here, they'll take them out so that you can actually pet them. And I wish you could hear. Can you hear that? There's the sweetest little noise coming out of this baby chick, Alvin. So it's a great opportunity to come down. Once Upon a Farm is open through April 12th. Come check out the combine. Come check out the chicks, because if you've been here before, that's brand new, and it's something that is sure to delight the kids and, well, frankly, the grown-ups too. Mike and Mary will send it back to you.
I had a good time down there with the kids. It's a fun time.
Did you see the chicks, or
Yeah,
those came
yeah.
after the fact?
We saw the chicks.
I love it. Kayla, such great lessons, and well done by you. Thank you.
Thanks, Kayla.
You're welcome. And I swear I will not put one in my pocket.
Please.
I would never do
I
that.
wish you would. Make it our
No,
office
just
mascot.
carry it out. Don't stick it in your pocket.
Right. No, that would don't hurt the animal,
don't
but bring
hurt
it
the
back
animals.
safely. That's the. Thank you, Kayla. All right, we're live an hour a day. The other 23